Hey y'all, welcome back to M&M Talk. As William said, campus has been as busy as ever, and students are ecstatic for their week-long break next week for Thanksgiving.
The students celebrated Thanksgiving with a formal dress-up service, having the upper schools yesterday, and we heard from Reverend Dennis Patterson, who told us about the real meaning behind the word thank you and how it feels to receive a thank you. The middle school and lower school celebrated earlier this morning, with the lower school moving to the middle school Oglesby room so they could all celebrate together. And the middle school moved up to the upper school in McCain to hear from Reverend Tony Sundamir, who told them about sharing their gifts with others during the holiday season. All of the services were accompanied by some amazing musical performances. Let's see how the middle school band did earlier this morning. Make sure to check out the upper school and the middle school full services online at WCAT.
As Westminster students, we are so thankful for all the opportunities our school gives us, including all the friendships we make, all the wonderful faculty, and all the classes we are offered. One of those amazing classes is photography. This year's Photography 1 and 2 classes just finished their project about portraits of faces from around campus. See if you can find a couple of WCAT faces. I actually had the opportunity to take Photography 1 and 2 my freshman and sophomore year, and it was definitely one of my favorite classes I've ever taken because Mr. Reese, the teacher, taught me so much about how to create photos in the darkroom and how to actually capture a moment behind the lens.
Wow, Mel, that sounds like a great experience. I know Mr. Reese is an amazing photographer, and you're so lucky to have learned from him. Now, William, didn't we see your face in one of those photos?
I think you might have, girls. I think that standing on camera just might be something that comes naturally to me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spartan Stadium here. It is a chilly night for Round 2 GHSA State Tournament Football. Your Westminster Wildcats taking on the Greater Atlanta Christian Spartans in their second matchup of the season. It's going to be a really unique game of football this evening. These two teams, they're hungry, they're ready to get after it, and they want to get to one more week of football. But before we get to that game, there's been a lot of great athletics going on at and around Westminster. The winter sports season is in full swing, James.
Yes, William, the varsity girls basketball team kicked off their season with the game on Tuesday against Fellowship Christian Academy. They were victorious with a final score of 42-22. We were able to talk to their head coach, Coach Katie Argle.
We are already building on our momentum from last year. We have girls that are dedicated to our team and our process and our growth. I think we are united in where we are trying to get this season, and we're really optimistic. We have girls stepping up to be role players that haven't been before. We have girls that invested time over the summer, and we have some really important newcomers to the team. So it's always going to be our goal to contend for the region, and this is a team that's really dedicated to making that happen. We just beat Fellowship Christian. Team won by 20 points. We looked pretty good. We looked a little rusty, but the best part was we had contributions from every single player in terms of scoring, rebounding, and hustle and heart up and down the floor.
It was a great win to start off the season for the Westminster varsity girls basketball program. Just after their game, the Westminster varsity boys team took the floor and pulled out an astounding 30-point victory, led by junior Davis Smith with 14 points for himself. We had a chance to talk to Coach Malloy about how the team opened up the season.
Very pleased with the first game. It was an opportunity for us to get out and play a lot of minutes for a lot of guys. The one thing that kind of stood out was the manner in which we shared the basketball. We ended up with 22 assists overall, multiple people with double-digit scores. We had 3 or 4 that were either with 8 or 9 points. So we distributed the ball well. Everybody finished well. Shooting percentage was overall in the 50s, including 13 threes from behind the arc. So I felt like it was balanced scoring all around.
The Westminster varsity boys basketball team will be continuing their season this weekend at the Honor Air Rotary Invitational at Roswell High School. This is the second consecutive year that they've played in this tournament, and Coach Malloy had some thoughts going into it.
One of the reasons that we decided to go back was the level of competition early on. We're playing some larger classification schools. It gives us a good sense of where we are against good quality caliber teams early on, and then we're able to make adjustments heading into region play coming up soon after that.
Thank you, William, and welcome up to the booth here at the football field, Greater Atlanta Christian School, for the second round of the AAA GHSA playoffs. I'm Jack Hunter, joined alongside by Franklin Brandon. We will have all the action for you tonight. First, the Cats kicking off deep. That's Charlie Ham, the Duke University commit, and we are underway. That ball skips into the end zone past Monte Bailey, and we are underway. Last week versus Jefferson, a game where the Cats clicked on all cylinders. The Cats had 4 turnovers, 1 interception, and 3 forced fumbles. Franklin, they really clicked on all cylinders.
That's right. One guy that stands out, Will Hallmark, 113 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He was really the key for the Cats to get that momentum started in that game. Look for him to have a big game on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is a familiar place. Just 12 weeks ago on August 24th, the Cats rolled into GAC, picked up a miraculous win. We will talk more about that throughout the broadcast today. And the first snap of the game goes to Josh Rose, the senior quarterback, and he's going to keep it. Matsakite is going to bring him down, but that'll be enough for a first down.
And we've seen Westminster have some trouble containing the running quarterback throughout their season. Against Lovett, the Cats had some trouble defending their quarterback, and as you can see, Josh Rose puts up some good stats this season. 1,444 yards, 13 touchdowns, not bad for a quarterback split in time with another quarterback in Jackson Hardy.
And this carry driving through the middle, another gain of about 6 yards, so GAC establishing the run game. And for GAC, they're a little bit different than we saw them earlier. Miles Hinton was not playing the last time these Cats and the Spartans faced off. A 5-star prospect, the #1 offensive tackle in the class of 2020 from Rivals to 24/7 Sports. He is out for the season with a shoulder injury. As that one is complete to the 44-yard line. Jake Hicks on the reception. And then the other guy that got hurt for Greater Atlanta Christian, Jake Floyd, their wide receiver, their leading receiver up into that point, 5 touchdowns in 6 games, ran into a concrete wall in the back of the end zone at North Hall in a newly renovated stadium, broke his leg, and is out for the season. So a very tragic injury for a budding wide receiver. But Franklin, Ty James, a guy that we saw torch Westminster in week 2, has picked up the load.
Right, that's going to be the key for the Westminster defense to stop. You got to stop the run game and make their quarterbacks throw the ball.
James is a really first-year starter this year. GAC, like Westminster, has a lot of senior talent, and so a lot of the guys, until they get to their senior year, don't get a lot of playing time. But James this year needs 1 yard to reach 1,000 yards receiving. He's 7th in the entire state of Georgia, all classifications receiving. Rose gets the carry. The Cats stuff him short. That will bring up 3rd down from the 44-yard line. And 12 short weeks ago, the Cats, you see, 10 points down going into the 4th quarter, 11 points down, 21-10. They storm back, score 12 in the 4th quarter. A few key plays behind that. Josh Rose ran for 73 yards. It looks like he was going to go in the end zone. John Whistler saved that. Chance Leffler pulled the interception down as Rose drops back. 3rd down. Looking down the field, there's James. He's unable to make the catch. Incomplete. Mahan on the coverage. And the Cats force a punt on the first drive for the Spartans.
And a huge play by Michael Mahan right there. 3rd and about 9. Cats got to get off the field, and they come up with a stop, courtesy of a great pass breakup by Michael Mahan.
We see Josh Rose on the first drive, runs for a first down, and then a few incomplete passes. And now Rose stays on the field to punt the football. GAC.
Right, and this is a passing down for GAC. They have to pass it right here. Cats have showed that they can stop the run. See what Rose can do here.
Rose under pressure. Jones brings him down to the ground. Ben Allen and Jones sandwich him to the ground, and the Cats once again are going to get off the field.
We talked about how the defensive line last week had so much penetration of the Jefferson offensive line, and right here you can see picking up where they left off and leaving the quarterback in the dust.
Ben Allen speared his helmet right into the chest of Josh Rose. And GAC has been playing all year with a 2-quarterback system. I would not be surprised if Jackson Hardy is the next quarterback out on the field after that hit. A low snap. The Cats almost get to the punt. Hallmark ranging over. This one is going to bounce over midfield to the 48-yard line where the Cats are going to get the ball again. And talking to Coach Tim Hardy, Franklin, I thought it was very interesting. GAC in previous years, in the last 5 years, have only lost 9 regular season games. But when it comes down to it, they have not been able to get over the hump. You see 2 state championship appearances. They lost to Benedictine in 2014, Cedar Grove in 2016. They have not been able to get over the hump. And the explanation that was given is just anything can happen in the playoffs, and that is very true for both of these programs. It's very relevant to Westminster in 2015. They were underdogs going into that state playoff race, and they won all the games they needed to on the road. And they ended up winning their state championship in 2015. So now we start on the 49-yard line of Westminster. Harbor is going to keep it on a design run, runs backwards. Bride, Hinton, and Jolly all in on the tackle.
Yeah, that play designed to run right at Chris Hinton, but Hinton's right there to stop it. Cats with a negative play on first down, putting themselves in a hole.
So a negative play on first down and a very negative play. That's going to bring up about second down and 16 yards to go. Ball on the 43. The Cats going to a little bit of a zone relook for Harbor. Now they're going back, trips left. Harbor takes the snap, rolling out to his left. He's being chased down by the GAC defensive line. Throws on the run for Hallmark down the field. He's got it inside the 15-yard line. A big gain all the way down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 39 yards. And the Cats offense is silencing the crowd here at GAC early.
And once again, the GAC secondary just loses a receiver. Hallmark runs around and finds an opening. What a throw by Parks Harbor to put it right on the money. And an even better catch by Hallmark to readjust his body weight and haul that one in.
Extra point is up, and it is good. And Franklin, like we mentioned, the Cats needed to strike back after GAC scored a 4-yard touchdown with Josh Rose. And really this drive was pretty short. Started with a big 50-yard catch to Nance Hill on the first play of the drive. Once again, GAC's secondary not doing the job. Will Hallmark with a 14-yard reception right here through the middle. This set the Cats up for Paula Wethington barreling through the middle. You see Halim Lobby with a nice block there. Allows Wethington to get inside the half-yard line. And Parks Harbor does the rest, getting around Roland Witherspoon, number 50 for GAC. And that's how the Cats got their 21st point up on the scoreboard today.
Guys, thanks so much. I'm here with Athletic Director Tim Downs. Coach, it's a pretty good half of football to start off.
Yeah, and, there's a lot of football left, but I love the way we're playing. We're playing with intensity and a great game plan, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
And, Coach, we have Wildcat Athletics going on right now back at Turner Gym. We're going to take a live look in here. Westminster 8th grade football currently playing. It's the winter season. What really gets you excited for that winter athletic season?
Well, this is a great time of year because finishing up fall, and then every start of a season, we're all 0-0 and anticipation and all high hopes, and our basketball teams are off to great starts. And if you had a chance to see wrestling,
they're looking strong.
They really are. And Coach Joel is doing a wonderful job with them, and swimming and diving. Squash is playing. There's a lot of activity in Turner Gym right now.
And, Coach, Westminster basketball hiking out to Roswell for the Honor Air Rotary Invitational tomorrow. Coach Malloy been leading his guys. What do you think some of our coaching staff, just in general, some of their best qualities are?
Well, I tell you what, for all of them, very sincerely, it's not about the sport. And they care deeply about their kids, and that's why we have the success that we have.
Thank you so much, Coach. We got a lot of football left to be played here. What's your piece of advice to the team?
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Coach, thank you so much. Guys, Athletic Director Tim Downs, back up to you.
Once again, Harbor from the 46. GAC sends pressure again over the middle, finds an open receiver. And another hit on Harbor, and there's a flag in the backfield, and that looks like the Cats might be going 15 more yards forward.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call it about 5 plays ago, but right there, get the roughing the passer call. We've got another tweet, Jack.
Just like that, Turner Cravens, our producer's dad, Jeff Cravens. Great start by the Cats. Once again, enjoying the broadcast. We appreciate it. So we've got 2 contestants so far, Franklin. Any hope of taking about a 4.5-hour road trip down to Liberty County next week if the Cats hang on, or about out the door? As Peach County is blowing the brakes off of Liberty County right now. A 38-point outbreak. That was 5 touchdowns and a field goal. That first started with Nance Hill, an 83-yard touchdown reception. Will Hallmark had a 4-yard rush. And we're going to finish this after we send it down to William Fauché with Coach Jerry Romberg. William?
Guys, thanks so much. Here with Coach Jerry Romberg. Coach, we talked before the game coming into a hostile territory for the second time this season, and you said that the guys just needed to take care of business. Well, Coach, I don't think you can ask for much more than that.
Well, it was a great first half. We came out ready to play. You know, we got some big plays offensively to open it up, and then defense was playing well. We got the block punt, got an interception, so that really helped us. We gave up the long pass on 3rd and long. A little frustrating, but really nice to come back and get some points and get the field goal here at the end of the half. So we just got to keep on playing hard and playing disciplined football and being smart, and still got 24 long minutes left. So we got to come back ready to play.
And you say we have 24 minutes left. We remember last time we were here, the Cats were able to turn it around on the Spartans. How do you keep the team energized, that same enthusiasm and oomph that they had coming out at the beginning of this game?
Well, they know it's at stake. We just got to play with a tremendous sense of urgency and play our game and do what we do. And we can't look ahead. We just play one play at a time and let those plays build up and get that clock over quickly.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. We look forward to the second half here.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Guys, the Wildcats leading at the end of the first half, but we have a fantastic halftime show lined up for you before your second half action.
Thanks, William. On Wednesday, Westminster's Chamber Orchestra had the opportunity to perform a concert in Presley Foyer. I heard some of their performance and learned more about the music they played in tribute to Leonard Bernstein.
I really enjoyed the quartet format, and especially since we were doing more modern music, like the music of Leonard Bernstein as a celebration of his 100th birthday.
We played his music from West Side Story and Candide, and I played the music Maria with my chamber group orchestra.
Bernstein's music is special because it plays with these little rhythms, but then it builds on itself with many layers, and it's really unique because you think it's going to be really simple, but there's always a twist on the rhythm or something that makes it actually pretty challenging music.
To see their full concert, go to WCAT's YouTube channel.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Spartan Stadium here on the campus of the Greater Atlanta Christian School. Your score, 38-13. Westminster finishing a dominating first half performance led by its seniors Jono Isler and Michael Mahan and juniors Parks Harbor and Will Hallmark. It was a powerhouse offense and unstoppable defense that led us to this point, and now with 24 minutes of football left, it's up to the Cats to close out the Spartans and advance to the GHSA quarterfinals. You're watching live on WCAT. I'm William Fauché. Let's send it up to the booth for all your second half action.
William, I agree with you. It is very cold here. I'm trying to get some hand warmers warm so I can put them on my shoes. But anyway, as we start the third quarter here, 51 points in the first half. A lot of points. That started off an 83-yard touchdown from Parks Harbor to Nance Hill, a 4-yard rush from Hallmark. Then Josh Rose got on the board for GAC, a 6-yard touchdown. Harbor responded with 2 rushing touchdowns in a row. Will Hallmark with a receiving touchdown after that. Ty James with an 86-yard receiving touchdown, and then Charlie Ham ended the half with a 36-yard field goal. Franklin, the Cats with a win today would advance to their 5th straight quarterfinal appearance, and that would be quite remarkable for a program that has been very consistent over these past few years.
That's right, Jack. in this season, we've seen Coach Romberg get his 200th win, but so far throughout his career, we've seen playoff experience really shine as they've gotten deeper and deeper into the playoffs. 4 straight quarterfinals appearances. That just speaks to the work ethic that Coach Romberg puts in week in and week out. So great job by Coach Romberg, and he's obviously doing a great job tonight, Jack.
And with a win, and if Peach County holds up on their current score right now, they are currently beating Liberty County pretty bad. Westminster would go to Peach County for the 2nd straight year for the quarterfinals and would play Peach County for the 3rd straight year in the quarterfinals. Peach County playing Liberty County tonight. Westminster-GAC on the top right portion of the bracket. The winner of this game faces off in the quarterfinals for the top right bracket champion. In the top left, we have Jackson and, that looks like, Jackson and Pierce County facing off against Dawson County and Monroe area. Monroe area both making the tournament. Monroe area on the bottom side playing a very tough Dawson County team. And then Benedictine and Cedar Grove, the 2 teams to watch. If they both take care of business tonight, it's going to be a showdown in Savannah next week. I think that might be one of the best games in all of Georgia next week between Benedictine and Cedar Grove, 2 polar opposite teams. And then we've got Lovett and Calhoun. That's certainly a great game to watch tonight. Lovett's hanging close versus Calhoun right now. And then Jenkins and Pike County. Pike County is an interesting story. They're a 4 seed that defeated the 1 seed Crisp County. Pike County's overcame a death of one of their players this year during a game versus Peach County. Dylan Thomas, one of their linebackers, died. So they certainly have a lot to play for going forward into the playoffs. The 4 seed upsetting the 1 seed. On the Westminster side of the bracket, going into last week, Preston Pogue Jr. from North Murray led the state in passing yards, but GAC did Westminster a little bit of a favor, held Pogue to under 75 yards passing, and that's how Parks Harbor, who's eclipsed 2,000 yards today, coming into the game, the leading passer in AAA.
Yeah, he's just been phenomenal for the Cats today. Throwing passes on a dime to his receivers, getting out of pressure in the backfield. We saw that great touchdown run he had in the first half, juked 2 defenders, and got into the end zone.
Now, take a look at the final Region 5 3A standings. Only 3/7 of the teams remain. And tonight, those 3 teams are in action. North Hall is at Cedar Grove. Lovett is at Calhoun. Westminster tonight is at GAC, the state championship. And now we're going to take a live look at Calhoun and Lovett. It's definitely an interesting game going on tonight. Calhoun with a 21-6 point lead, and so with about 41 seconds left, Calhoun is going to take a knee on things, and the Lions season is over. Not necessarily a sad time in Westminster history. Westminster storming into Norcross, Georgia, underdogs against the GAC Spartans. They don't mind it. They come in. The Road Warriors strike again. Your final here in Norcross. GAC 34 and Westminster 44. An offensive outburst. The Cats were able to hang on at the end. We will see you next Friday, just a day after the Thanksgiving, so get all the turkey in and out of your system, and then join us next Friday for a 7:30 kick right now for a kickoff against the Peach County Trojans. And Peach County, a very different team like Westminster is. So 2 powerhouses going at it with a spot in the semifinals on the line. It's going to be a fun week for these football players, staying in town for Thanksgiving break, practicing on Thanksgiving on that Thursday, and then a big game versus Peach County on Friday. We're very excited as WCAT to be able to join them on Friday as we take our trip down south to Peach County. Last year's trip to Peach County was a very fun trip except for the game, so hopefully we can change the result of the game this year.
Maybe the temperature, too. It was a little cold last year. Cold tonight. Maybe we could have a little warm spell.
And we've got William Fauché on the sideline with Coach Jerry Romberg after a big win. William, take it away.
Here with Jerry Romberg, Coach, a fantastic way to end it out, a really strategic second half. What are your thoughts on that entire game?
Oh, my God. We don't make it easy, that's for sure. Great second half. The first drive of the second half was crucial. We tried to get a kickoff return to the sideline, and we didn't get there. We had the ball on the 15, and we had a third down and long. And we make a big play, and then we run the clock. We run the ball down the field, which our concern on that was to be able to run the ball against them. And I think we ended up getting a field goal there, which is huge. And but being able to run the ball in the second half really helped us out. I mean, we made some mistakes on defense there that really cost us. It could have cost us, but the guys kept on battling. And we got a couple turnovers and, found a way to win. That's what it's all about.
And, Coach, aside from those few errors, we're seeing an offense and a defense that's working at maximum efficiency right now. What's it like to see your team peaking just when we need to?
Well, we're getting everything out of the guys. They are playing their hearts out and just love the intensity, the competitiveness, how hard they work, and they never give up. They never quit, and they had some opportunities tonight to let GAC get back in the game, and they refused to do that.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations on the win.
You got it, man. Appreciate it.
Now I'm here with Jono Isler and Parks Harbor. Guys, a fantastic win for you this evening. Jono, I'm starting to think that Spartan Stadium might be your sweet spot.
Well, yeah, but we let up some big plays like that double pass, and we know we'd come back, and they're getting some momentum, so we know we didn't make a play back, our momentum back. So we made that interception over here, gave the offense ball back, and they get milk the clock. So.
And Jono, how did it feel when you realized that ball was coming towards you and that you had a good angle to grab it?
I just know how to catch it, secure it, get out of bounds, don't do anything stupid.
And Parks, we're seeing you in peak form right now. Some beautiful balls downfield, particularly early in that game to get the Cats off hot. How does it feel at the end of this, seeing the 44-34 scoreboard?
It feels great. We'd love to make it interesting. I'm just glad we jumped on them. That was big, coming out huge. So we made them really have to work. We got to clean some things up to go next week, but we're heading down to Fort Valley, ready to get after it.
And, guys, as two massive leaders on this team, what's the message that you're going to be delivering to these guys heading into next week with another week of practice?
Well, as you see, we make plays in the first half. We just got to keep making plays, and that's how we get our momentum because that's all it is. But we got to make plays in the second half. Like in Jefferson, we didn't make as many plays in the second half, and here we didn't make any plays in the second half. So
we lost to Peach County the quarters 2 years in a row. I think the biggest thing this year is we know it's not a revenge game, but we got to go down there and prove that we're a real football team. We can compete with them, so come back home with a W.
Guys, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you in the booth.
That is all we have here today. Spartan Stadium, the Cats come out victorious. The Road Warriors strike again. We will be on the air with you next week, a day after Thanksgiving, where the Cats travel down to Fort Valley, Georgia, Peach County, where the Cats and the Peach County Trojans will be facing off in a battle in the quarterfinals. That's all we have for this week. For Franklin Brandon and our entire WCAT crew, I'm Jack Hunter, trying to escape the cold. We will see you next week on WCAT.